An ex-intelligence officer says the U.S. is hiding an extraterrestrial spacecraft, and the right seizes on the alleged conspiracy. The U.S. Congress is already peculiar enough without extraterrestrials, but here we go again. Over the course of several months, members of the 118th Congress went from being astonished by wind-propelled spy balloons to being mesmerized by the statements of a whistleblower claiming that U.S. intelligence services possess intact and partially intact non-human craft. The whistleblower, former intelligence officer David Grusch, also alleges that Congress is hiding this and other evidence. Grusch, 36, is a decorated combat veteran from Afghanistan. He worked at the National Geospatial Intelligence Agency and the National Reconnaissance Office. As part of his role in the U.S. defense system, he claims to have had access to extremely classified government information. Based on this premise, in his recent statements to the media, including The Debrief and News Nation, the whistleblower asserts the existence of a secret U.S. government accident recovery program that has collected non-human technical vehicles, call them spaceships if you will, exotic non-human origin vehicles that have landed or crashed. Grusch emphasizes that these include both parts and complete ships, and even bodies of other species. The allegations themselves are astonishing, says Senator Brian Schatz, Democrat from Hawaii. It could be something revolutionary or a maneuver. I simply don't know. Legislators from both parties and both houses of Congress are likely to soon investigate whether Grusch is a crackpot or a revolutionary. Skeptics abound, but there are also curious politicians open to evidence. And then there are believers. In our new and strange political universe, where alternative facts become dystopian reality, old extreme notions have followers in the current capital. In the House of Representatives, party leaders have chosen Grusch's allies to lead the investigation. On one hand, it is fitting that the current Congress, plagued by conspiracies where anti-vaxxers reprimand scientists, the 2020 U.S. presidential elections remain in doubt, and the January 6 Capitol rioters are praised as victims, is now tasked with addressing possibly the country's oldest conspiracy. But many senators fear it will only sow more confusion in an electorate hungry for answers, and recent hearings on unidentified flying objects, UFOs, have not provided any satisfying conclusions. Details of Grusch's statements regarding unidentified aerial phenomena, UAP, NASA's new term for UFOs, spread quickly through the Capitol last week, along with much mockery and jokes. Some congressional leaders took it as a joke. Pete Aguilar, chairman of the House Democratic Caucus, told the press, "It's not something I had on my bingo card." Or they simply included these latest allegations of extraterrestrials in their old talking points. Obviously, we are concerned that Congress stays out of many of these agencies, responded House Majority Leader Steve Scalise, even before seeing the whistleblower statements. The response was different among political representatives of the armed forces, especially in the House of Representatives, where Grusch's unconfirmed statements were seen as a vindication by a small but loud and increasingly powerful group of far-right lawmakers leading the investigation before a scheduled but not yet programmed hearing. It's a bit of madness and quite a bit of reality. At some point, we've recovered a craft, said Representative Tim Burchett, a Tennessee Republican, to Steve Bannon on his podcast. Burchett believes that the Pentagon's budget is inflated, in part because it funds UAP secret programs. His personal belief in these phenomena comes from the 1947 incident in Roswell, New Mexico, when an unknown object crashed in the area, leading to conspiracy theories in the late 70s that the military had recovered ships and aliens during the incident and kept it secret. When Grusch's report was published, some current far-right members immediately suspected it was a false alarm orchestrated by the deep state, referring to an alleged clandestine form of government that certain powerful groups operate to favor specific agendas. With everything that's happening, we thought it was the biggest distraction maneuver in history, Bannon told Burchett. Their fears seem to have dissipated to a large extent, now that Burchett and his far-right allies have embraced the investigation. Burchett told Bannon that both House Speaker Kevin McCarthy and House Oversight Committee Chairman James Comer committed to holding a hearing on UAP, although he maintains that it is not a top priority for party leaders. "We'll only get a bite of the apple," Burchett said. Burchett is not interested in whether the Pentagon, which vehemently denies the whistleblower's claims about a secret UAP program, or NASA officials request lawmakers for a closed-door meeting, which is customary when discussing classified information. "I won't participate if it's classified information." "That's ridiculous," Burchett commented on the podcast. "It's more of the same and generates more myths and rumors than facts." Burchett is joined by two Republican representatives from Florida. Matt Gaetz, who emphasizes, "I've seen evidence of unidentified craft beyond the knowledge and possession of any known ally, adversary, or even our own country," and Anna Paulina Luna, who believes the government has lied to citizens about UAP for decades. Although Luna and Burchett will likely lead the House investigation and eventual hearing, it's not just far-right members who have perked up their ears to these allegations. Among them is Representative Mike McCall, a Texas Republican and chairman of the House Foreign Affairs Committee. "It's a justified issue. On both sides, we just want to know if we've been seeing UAP that are not man-made. That's what the article was saying, but I don't know," he shares. But that's a good question for the chairman of the House Permanent Select Committee on Intelligence. That's why one of McCall's first reactions to the article was to refer it to the chairman of the House Intelligence Committee, Mike Turner, whose office did not respond to multiple requests for comments. Thanks you for watching the video. Remember, you can help me subscribing to my channel. See you in the next video.